Ready to learn why dogs just like Pepito are so good for your mental health? Watch the video today and we're going to talk about just that. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today shared with Pepito. Actually, about once a month, Pepito joins me and we talk about mental health, often specifically for entrepreneurs, but today it's a little bit more wide-reaching, we could say. We also talk about copywriting and content marketing on the channel because I am a brand messaging strategist, copywriter, and writing coach for entrepreneurs like you. All right, so today what we're going to be talking about is why pets, but often specifically dogs, are so good for our health, physical and mental. And we're going to basically focus on about 6 points that you can learn more about by clicking the blog post that matches this video in the description box below. But other than that, let's dive straight in. Okay, so just like now, dogs make you exercise. He is not actually that big. He's only about 20 pounds, but I have like no arm strength. So this is a literal example of why dogs help you so much to stay in shape, but also they get you to walk at least once a day, depending on the breed. Sometimes twice a day, sometimes you have to chase them around the backyard. They are so good at getting your body moving and getting you into the sunshine. That's a key factor in why pets can motivate us, even people who are really dealing with depression and anxiety, who have a hard time leaving the house or getting out of bed. We care so deeply about our animals that we will find a way to make it happen. While you're out and about, dogs can also help you to develop relationships and to be more outgoing, to be more self-confident, because you have someone, a little dog, to talk about, something to talk about, right? Especially if you meet another dog owner on a walk, you can talk about their breeds and their personalities and however they're interacting, the two dogs. It just may bring people up to you to ask questions, and it makes it so much easier than having to start the conversation yourself. So it's a fantastic icebreaker, essentially, to go on a walk with your dog or go to an event with your dog. So maybe you enroll them in training for the first time. Or if they're super active, you do some agility training with them to do something special. You know what's really fun is flyball. If you've never watched flyball before, I highly recommend it. It's so exciting. All right, so that is point number 2. They can help open up social interactions between you and other people. Next is, in and of themselves, dogs or other pets can give you companionship, right? So when you get home from work at the end of the day, and even if you live alone, you have this really happy, fuzzy little creature that's so excited to see you, that makes you feel special, that knows that you are so important and loved and precious, right? No matter how you're feeling that day, no matter how your boss treated you, if you are not maybe one of my entrepreneurs, or if you are an entrepreneur and you had a tough day with a client, or you're just overwhelmed with how much work there is to do, they can, ask you for a pet. And you have to. You can't say no, right? So at some point in the day, you're going to want to give them that attention that they deserve. They're going to be asking you for it because they love you, right? So they give you companionship and help you connect no matter what is going on, right? So it helps reduce loneliness. And actually, is another benefit to your health is that people who suffer from a heart attack are shown to live longer because they have the companionship of a dog. There's so many other factors that we're going to talk about today that can play a role as well. But it really is so important to even your physical health to make sure that you have someone showing you love, that you can love back and express that affection to, and reduce loneliness. It's so important to have companionship, and they are the safest option, especially if you're just starting to get back out into the world after dealing with some mental health struggles. Having an animal that just loves you unconditionally can be a huge stepping stone in rebuilding your self-confidence. I also love to hang out with dogs and cats, even if I'm just borrowing a friend's cat. Like when I go to Spain and I see my friend Sarah's cat, Amy, who adores me. Right? They are so good at living in the present moment. So they are way more excited about playing games or about getting a tummy scratch. Maybe not cats. Maybe we're talking more about dogs again. But they live in the present moment. And it really, especially for someone like me who deals with anxiety, I have generalized anxiety disorder, having that present moment focus is such a massive help because I am constantly thinking about long into the future, and lots of people are also really thinking into the past. And as they always say, all we really have is the present moment, but sometimes we just can't get into it because those other things are so intense and they feel so real. And they feel, maybe they really were and could be, if we're thinking about the future, majorly impactful. But the key is, in this exact moment with your dog or your cat or your chameleon or whoever it is, you're feeling safe and you have something with you that shows you that love we were just talking about, just really draws you in. And because they're so likely to be more carefree and they like to play games, that's another fantastic way of getting to the present moment, is they bring you the ball so that you have to throw it to them. It really focuses you in on what's going on right now and the joy that they're experiencing, which really uplifts you and gives you more joy. It takes you out of that past or future thinking for a moment so you can focus on the fun that's at hand. It'll make you laugh. Dogs are wild. Cats sometimes jump off the strangest places. We get to laugh because of our animals and get to share memes about our animals, and it really, really can just increase our overall sense of joy in the present moment. Now, aside from getting you active and providing the physical health benefits of reducing loneliness, there are other ways that having an animal in your life can really improve your mental and physical health as well. And they're deeply, deeply connected, the mind-body connection. So what are some of these other ways? Well, in my experience, I find that having another being to take care of, so, making sure that they get their medicine on time, that they have enough sleep, that you take them to the vet, to their equivalent of the doctor, on a regular basis for checkups, that you pay close attention to their anxieties, to their discomforts, taking that seriously because you care so much about them. Think about how much of a lesson that is and how we need to take care of ourselves as well. That's really how I take it, right? Like, I need to be in good or reasonable, right, at the optimal for me mental health and physical health state that I can be, because I have this other being that relies on me, that wants me to be with them, to be healthy, to be well enough to play and to engage. And it just really encourages me to do what I can to take care of myself so I can be there for them, to take care of myself just as they want to be taken care of and they deserve to be taken care of, right? Having so much love for someone else can really, as much as people always say that it's important to love yourself first, and I think self-love is incredibly important, sometimes having someone that you just love with all of your heart, where it's, it's a healthy relationship and you love them with all of your heart, can really improve our overall sense of joy. And I think really can encourage us to develop that self-love and to develop and practice self-care, because we want to be around for them. I think that happens a lot with parents and their kids too, right? Where maybe before they had kids, they were a smoker, but because they want to be around to see their kids graduate and have their own children, if that's what they choose to do, right? It can be really encouraging so that you would give up smoking. We've seen that happen. And I feel like it's kind of the similar principle, even with a pet, with a cat or a dog, right? For a lot of us, they are the first stepping stone to develop our own family. So they are the first experience we have of someone really relying on us, who needs us to be in really fit mental shape, in physical shape, even financial shape, right? Or to do everything you can to get there. You don't have to be perfect, but to prioritize that and really work towards it, I think, is a really, really powerful lesson that they can share with us. They also add structure to our day, right? So some dogs especially have to have a morning walk and they have to have an evening walk. And I bet you that there are some breeds that need even more than that. So they get you up, they get you moving. A lot of dogs and cats often, they'll jump on you and look in your face. They will be our alarm. So they make sure that we get out of bed. We don't lie there all day, no matter how exhausted or sad that we are. We at least change position. We change states because we're changing our physical position. And we just get the day rolling, right? We got to put food in their bowls. We have to check on them, make sure that they get outside. Even if they're not big walkers, they need to be able to go pee. We need to change the litter box, right? They just get us moving, and we know that there are certain things that we just do every single day. So they set up these non-negotiable activities that require us to get out of bed so that we change our state. So even if that is the only way that it changes your state, is by getting you from the horizontal position to an upright one in the morning, that really does change your overall experience of the day. because you have to get moving. Someone that you love is relying on you and they can't do it themselves. And it's far more likely that you'll keep moving and you'll stay active and you'll move on to the next habitual thing. Maybe for you, that's having a shower, making sure that you're taking care of yourself that day. Maybe it is that you sit at your desk on time if that's something you've really been struggling with. They are so good at getting us into routines that are good for them and good for us as well. And here's one more tip that I don't know if everybody experiences this. There are some studies specifically about cats and the kind of the waves of their purrs. But I definitely feel this. This is an experiential piece that you may relate to, and I'd be really curious if you do. So please put it in the comments below. If you find that petting an animal, having a cat kind of like, this is what I think of is, again, back to my friend Sarah's cat Amy, lying on my chest looking at me, but like purring at the same time. There's something deeply calming, deeply soothing about, I think, the purring, about the pressure, about having, I don't know, about petting them. I think there are studies behind that too. If I'm able to find them, I'll drop them in the description box as well if you want to go check it out. But I would love to know experientially, do you relate to this too, where having that physical contact with an animal, having someone to hug, it can really reduce your overall stress levels, help you feel calm, help you feel grounded. If you really deal with, dissociation or just kind of feeling kind of in your head a lot as well, having something in the physical realm to really bring you back into the moment, to connect you to your body, I think is really powerful. And pets are a wonderful, soft, fuzzy, cute little way to do that. So that is a definite bonus for me. I love that kind of the pressure that you get with a hug. And that's actually something, so Pepito, my dog who you got to meet earlier, and you can learn more about this in my series. We'll put a video card here so you can learn more about his training to become a personal therapy dog, because I do deal with anxiety. And so he is learning how to be a really supportive personal therapy dog. Hopefully he'll be one beyond me someday. And one of the things that we're going to focus on with that really specific training beyond the basics is going to be that he recognizes when I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed or frustrated. We're going to talk about, maybe I'm crying or other physical signs that he can pick up on, and he can come to me and, maybe tap me or something to ask to get up and lie down on me, because I know from experience that pressure really helps. If you like weighted blankets, chances are a pet is also a really good support. All right, so I hope that this video was enlightening, but also that if you are thinking about getting a pet or you're trying to bring someone on side to say, hey, a pet would really improve our lives, it would really support me with my physical and mental health, they absolutely do. If you want some really concrete resources, I'm going to find what I can, and I'm going to put them in the description box below. And you can definitely find some really great scientific studies that talk about the benefit to your both mental and physical health that comes with having a pet. So trust me, there is true evidence-based science research out there, as well as the fact that you can relate to a lot of other people, including myself, about the experiential benefits of having a pet, especially a little mammal in my experience. But you will find a lot of people say similar things about their pet gecko, for example. A lot of things about birds, especially. You'll hear wonderful stories about budgies and parrots and other birds that, because they're with you for years. Turtles for decades, Of course, I believe strongly in making sure you know how to take care of them, that they are appropriate house pets, so, or they're adopted, especially as if they are, maybe it's not ideal for them to be in a home, but they need a home anyway, and you're really curious about a specific type of animal or breed. I really encourage that responsible approach. But I think all animals we can connect to. And as long as you welcome them in with a lot of love, with a lot of care, put their needs first, then I think that all those other benefits that come to you, the physical, the mental, they're getting a lot of those as well, because we have a wonderful relationship and we take care of them. So I feel like it's absolutely wonderful to embrace it. You can see I'm like almost embracing myself just thinking about how wonderful it is to have Pepito, in my case, to have my special little dog. So I would love to hear about your experiences, like I said, with that kind of relaxing experience you might have with your pet. And if you are in the midst of trying to find a pet, I'd love to know as well why you're looking at that breed, if it's a type of dog or that animal. So if you have a pet, tell me about the experience you have with them and how they help you with your mental health. If you don't have a pet, tell me what type of animal you're looking at and why. All right. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. This is definitely the category of mental health. I often focus on mental health for entrepreneurs, and I think that this is absolutely relevant. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur, and I know that this is relevant to my life. The other topics we cover on my channel are copywriting and content marketing. So if all of those topics or any of those topics sounds exciting to you, please hit the notification bell and subscribe so that way you never miss another video. And I am so grateful that you spent today with me. I will see you again next Thursday. Bye.